Hello and welcome to Bournemouth. Bournemouth is known to be one of the best, if not the best, seaside town here in England. And whether it really is the best seaside town or not is up to you to decide. But there are definitely a lot of reasons why you should come to visit Bournemouth as well. There are lots of beautiful areas here, and I am going to give you 10 reasons why you should plan your trip to Bournemouth and explore the area yourself. You can already see one of the main reasons why people come here to Bournemouth. Here behind me, that is the super long coastline that you can see in the background. It is in total 10 miles long if you count the whole bay all the way from Hengistbury Head to Poole Harbour. There are stunning beaches with beautiful sand, a lot of space, and you can perfectly enjoy the hot summer days here on those beaches of Bournemouth. The second reason why you should come to Bournemouth is Hengistbury Head. It is this whole area that you can see here behind me and in the surroundings, which is an absolutely beautiful area where you can do a long coastal walk along those beautiful beaches here. And especially in summer, you can just jump into the water and refresh yourself there. This area here is on its most western end of the bay in which Bournemouth lies. It is outside of the city, but you can easily get there. There's a car park right in front of this area, and there's also cafes here in the area in case you get hungry. And then you can just do some hikes here on this hill behind me, for example. It is a rather small area, but a very beautiful one and perfect to do a little circular route here. I'm currently walking up a viewpoint, and look at that beach behind me, or that coastline behind me. Isn't it a beautiful view from up here? I think it's quite impressive and definitely nothing that I expected to see here in England. But there are really nice beaches here. I'm not sure if you can see it that well here in the camera, but here behind me there's a long sandbank that is called Mudford Beach or Mudford Beach. I'm not so sure about the pronunciation, to be honest, but it looks super beautiful. It stretches very long into the water, and there are some pastel colored houses on that sandbank, which gives you a very picturesque image. By the way, there are various routes here in this area, so you can make it as short or as long as you want to. So if you feel like just a little bit of walking, you can do so. There are various circular routes, so you can do like an extended one or a rather short one if you just want to explore the area a little bit and then enjoy the beach. Enough hiking for now for me. Let's now get to Bournemouth to explore the city and to see if there are further reasons why you should visit Bournemouth. I now arrived in the city of Bournemouth, and I am currently walking through the district of Westbourne, which is a very beautiful district, not that far away from the city center, but also not super central anymore. Anyway, that brings me to my reason number 3, which is Westbourne. As mentioned before, it is a district of Bournemouth, and they say that this area here is perfect if you want to do some shopping, as there are lots of boutiques, and also they say that there are some of the best restaurants and cafes here in this district. And it is true that there are definitely a lot of places here where you can eat, but also the architecture here is just beautiful. There are lots of very cute and beautiful streets, so it's definitely worth it to explore this area as well. Let's now continue our little tour through Bournemouth and check out if we can find further reasons to visit the city. Now that I am continuing my walk through the city, I would also like to emphasize that not only Westbourne is a reason to visit the city, but the whole city in general. I was driving through it before, and there are so many cute streets and so many absolutely beautiful buildings. It looks like the UK from the movies, like the perfect neighborhoods here. The city itself is very clean and very well structured. I personally have a great first impression of Bournemouth. And here we are at reason number 4, which is palm trees. I cannot believe this, but it's actually kind of cool. So I always have the connection of palm trees and the south of Europe, for example, Spain or Italy. there you find them. But I wasn't expecting to see them here in England, which is super cool, and it automatically gives you a lot of summer vibes and a vacation feeling. I am currently walking through the lower garden. So this area is divided into upper, center and lower garden. And these gardens run through the center of the city and they date back to the Victorian era time. You can find a lot of beautiful flower beds in here, but there's also a little river that you can see, and there is a lot of green space, of course, especially here. People sit down and soak in sun in the summer. And I am currently walking towards the pier now, which is why I'm now in the lower garden. Both gardens, the upper garden and the lower garden, are super beautiful park areas. And they are so peaceful and quiet, especially the upper garden was completely quiet. There was no sound at all, even though you aren't far away from the center, which is weird. But anyway, very nice to relax there. These park areas are obviously completely for free, so definitely recommended to take a little walk here through the gardens. And I am now in front of the big wheel, which looks kind of like the London Eye, just smaller. And that means that I am on the pier. The wheel is in total 33 meters high, and from up there I'm pretty sure you will get a spectacular view over the city of Bournemouth. Welcome to the beach of Bournemouth, and that brings me to reason number 5 why you should be visiting this city, and that is the Victorian Pier here behind me, and also of course the beautiful and seemingly endless beach here. But especially this pier really caught my attention because it is not only a very beautiful place, it is a must-see of the city, and there's a lot of things to explore. There are stores, there are cafes, there's even an amusement arcade on the pier. Let's get on there and explore it from a little bit closer. Alright, now that I am walking along the pier, I would like to point out 2 things. And the first one is the pier is not for free. I actually had to buy a ticket. You can enter it all day long if you want to, and you have to pay £1.65. I didn't know that, so I think it is worth a mention. You can pay it with card. Another thing that I've noticed before down there is that there is no car at all, and therefore it is really quiet to walk along the coastline here and also to walk along the pier. It is super relaxing. There are no cars, and therefore there is less noise here in this area, which I personally think is beautiful. And that is because if you can see the cliffs here behind me, you will notice that, well, there's no space for cars to come down here to the coastline and to the pier. And then this beach here is super wide. There is so much space, it's incredible, and it seems the perfect place to relax, to soak in some sun. The water is beautiful, it's really nicely blue, and it's quite clear actually. Something that, to be honest, I also didn't expect here on the coast of England. But it's a really beautiful and stunning beach. And also you get stunning views over the coastlines. I can see some surfers over there in the water. Today is not the best conditions for surfing. There aren't that many waves, but anyway, this is also something that you can enjoy here in Bournemouth. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the oceanarium that you can see there in front of the pier. It is a place where you can see, well, I guess some fishes and turtles as well. And the sea life in general, it's like an aquarium, a big one. So in case you're interested in that, you can also check that out. It is right in front of the pier. And I am in front of reason number 6, and I cannot believe this. I'm a little bit upset, but reason number 6 is closed today. I was really excited to try this out. This is the zip line here on the pier of Bournemouth. And it is a zip line that will take you 25 meters above the sea from the pier to the shore. And it is the world's first pier-to-shore zip line. Also, it is a dual line, so that you can even do it with a friend at the same time and race towards the shore. But it's closed today, and I don't know why. According to Google, it is open on Saturdays and Sundays. Today is not weekend, it's Wednesday actually, so maybe it's because of that. I'm not sure, I don't see any information here at the place. I'm a little bit upset because this would have been so much fun. Anyway, can change that. If you want to do that, it'll cost you 20 or 25 pounds depending on the season you're here. Even though I'm not able to do this, I mean, the views are still absolutely beautiful and very enjoyable. And also, I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but here behind me we can actually see the place where we started this video, which was the Hengistbury Head over there. I did a short walk along the promenade here in Bournemouth, and this brings me to my reason number 7 why you should visit the city, and that is the West Cliff lift that you can see here in the background. As mentioned before, Bournemouth has some impressive and stunning cliffs, and especially the Bournemouth beach is surrounded by cliffs on its eastern and western part. Even though the cliffs aren't that high, after a super long beach day or a long city stroll, it can be quite exhausting to walk all the way up to those cliffs. So therefore there's this cliff lift here, so that you can take it and get up faster and easier. It'll cost you £2.20 per person, so it's also not too expensive. The cliff lift has been built in 1908 and it's still in its original state and functioning until today. And of course you can also walk all the way up. There are various parts where you can walk up the cliff, so if you don't want to take the lift or you want to save that £2.20, you can always walk up and enjoy the views from up there as well. And this is the view that you will get once you got up the cliffs. You can see the pier in the background, but also the beautiful and absolutely stunning beach of Bournemouth. Honestly, I wasn't expecting a beach like that. I wasn't expecting to like a beach in England that much, but I really love it. The sand is fine, the sand is white, the water is nice, the views are stunning. I'm impressed. So far, Bournemouth exceeded my expectations. But it's now time to get to the car and drive a little bit to explore further reasons why you should also visit Bournemouth. Let me introduce to you reason number 8 why you should visit Bournemouth, and that one is called Sandbanks. It is an area a few kilometers away from the center of Bournemouth, and it is known to be the most expensive seaside area on earth. And you notice there are a lot of impressive villas here in the area, buildings that are, I don't want to know how expensive. And then there's also a small port where you can see yachts and so on. So you notice there is some money here in this area. Also, it is known for its very beautiful beach. It is meant to be one of the most beautiful beaches here in the area. And it seems to be a bit more quiet than the one in Bournemouth. This area of Sandbanks is located on a small peninsula. It is therefore a little bit exclusive, I would say. And I guess it is the perfect place for the rich people to settle down. What a view, people! What a view! Welcome to my reason number 9 why you should visit Bournemouth. And we are in the surroundings, a few kilometers away from the city. And as you can see here behind me, these rock formations are called Old Hairy Rocks. These are shark rocks that used to belong to a huge shark band that was formed over 1 million years ago. Nowadays, due to erosion, there are only a few rocks left that reach out of the water, and the views are super stunning and beautiful. Also here in the area you can do various hikes, and for example one circular route that is more or less 4 miles long that will take you also here to Old Harry's Rocks. In general, this coastline, it's super impressive and the views are stunning, so this is a clear highlight here in the surrounding area of Bournemouth. Now welcome to my last reason, the reason number 10 why you should come to Bournemouth and explore the city and its surroundings, and that is the famous Jurassic Coast. It is an absolutely stunning coastline, and actually the Old Hairy Rock is part of the most eastern part of the Jurassic Coast already. So this is where it starts, that's the closest part to Bournemouth. I drove a little bit further to the west and we are going to see another epic place right now. I arrived. Down there you can see the place that I wanted to see. This is the Durdle door and it is an impressive rock formation. Below there you can also see a super long and wide beach that is also absolutely beautiful. And this rock formation is a limestone. And it's huge and it looks especially beautiful now that the sun is setting in this light. It is absolutely a stunning place. I'm in love with it. The Jurassic Coast offers a lot of epic places. I think I chose the two best places, or at least from what I have seen online, those were my favorites and I am super happy that I managed to see them. There are a lot of hikes here that you can do. You can probably spend days here to explore it all. There are various ways that you can explore this area. For example, you can take tours from Bournemouth if you don't have a car, or if you have a car, up there is a car park. I will leave you tours in the description below just in case you want to check them out and don't have a car here. I think this is a must visit. In my opinion, this is the best view that I had today and I absolutely love it. The water also looks super beautiful. It's very blue and very clear here in this area, so especially on hot summer days, this is the place to be, I think. I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts about Bournemouth because, to be honest, I didn't have high expectations and I didn't think I would like it that much, but I got completely surprised. The city is beautiful, its surroundings are epic, and I am in love with this area. Seriously, I wasn't expecting, for example, to see beaches that are that beautiful as here in this area because I'm from Germany and I was expecting them to be more or less similar and nothing that special. But I was so wrong with that. This area is clearly a must visit here in the UK and an absolutely stunning place. I am blown away by the beauty of Bournemouth, that's for sure. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this tour here in Bournemouth. I hope you've got some inspiration and I hope that you now understand why you must visit Bournemouth as well. In case you've been here already, let me know in the comments below if you would add a few places or reasons why people must visit this place. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave me a thumbs up because you're going to support my work a lot by doing so. And also subscribe to my channel because there will be more videos coming out here from the UK. And I hope to see you next Sunday.